microphone's picking that up. It's not being sent to you or FCC.
Mm-hmm. Has to be in. Has to be in.
WDRN is with us today.
Oh. On a Monday, no less.
We have a light compliment, but the only one that's missing is Radio Soapbox. That's Tuesday through Friday. I have it sending the bumpers to me so I can get the cues right.
Yeah. Well, I feel sorry for Paul and all those guys over there living in England. Jeez almighty. Terrible situation. Yikes, aren't we a little late?
Go for it.
Oh, okay, like we're on?
Yeah, we're on.
Okay, well, I didn't hear the stuff in my ear for whatever reason. That's okay. Morning. Yeah. Good morning. Monday. Good morning. Can't trust that day. We'll see. Roger Sayles here, Radio Ranch. Glad you're with us. And it is, of course, it's the 26th. This is an important day, potentially. We'll see in a couple of days as the mail gets delivered. We are on a number of other platforms, and Paul informs me he's got quite a list for us this morning. So, Mr. Beener, if you would, please help to give recognition and credit to the folks that help us.
Yeah, I'd be happy to do that. We have Eurofolkradio.com, thanks to Pastor Eli James. That's our flagship anchor platform. We also have radio.globalvoiceradio.net and rumble.globalvoiceradio.net. We are on Rumble on my Rumble channel. And we're also today on WDRN Productions' net family of broadcast services, which may include 106.9 WBOU FM in Chicago, HomeNetwork.tv, FreedomNation.tv, GoLive TV, and StreamLife.tube. We don't know if one or all of those will be dropping off at the top of the hour, but we'll be saying goodbye to them anyway. Our website is thematrixtalks.com, where you can find links to free conference call and join us live on the show. We've got plenty of room. Come on down. Morning, Raj. Happy Monday.
Yeah, Paul, happy Monday to you, too. I think y'all have had a pretty frigid weekend. Yes, I'm wanting to hear the report on that. I did salvage 2 of you out of there. As I've spent the last couple of days with Annie and her husband, Clayton, from Jacksonville. They got in Friday evening about 9, and we got together Saturday and sat there and just ate a pizza and a nice, good pizza place and yacked for hours. Got to know each other a bit, and that was great. And then they were having trouble sleeping because of just circumstances. And they had to change hotels from Diego's place, where I'd usually put everybody, to another hotel, and there were dogs barking and stuff, and she just couldn't sleep. And then they had to go over to another hotel, and they didn't get a great room. There was something wrong with the bed, and they didn't get a good night's sleep that night either. So I hope last night they did. They changed rooms and stuff. Delightful people. It's so wonderful. See, I don't get that occasion. I don't know one person down here that's filed paperwork and gone through this. So it's unusual for me to get with folks that are on totally the same mindset of, I know what this is. I'm going to follow through on it. And Annie was just totally ignorant to all this stuff, and she's really had to do a lot of studying, and she did just wonderful people. And yesterday got up and went down and took them up to Quito, and went through a tour of Quito, which is very interesting. It's on these buses like they're in England with no top on
Mm-hmm.
it. And then they've got an announcer that announces in Spanish, and then she comes back in English and tells you the high points and this, that, and the other. And then you end up at this. Well, it's this little kind of mountain, a small little round mountain that juts up in the middle of, kind of in the middle on the side of Quito. And back 100 years ago, they did a project there, and they put up a big angel, if you will, in metal, and it's called the Virgin of Quito. And the bus stops up there, and you get to have a really spectacular view of about a third of the city, maybe. And then there's a really nice little restaurant. You go over the edge of the hill, and you have to go down some stairs, and there's this restaurant there that has a panoramic view, all windows to the whole area. And so we went in, took an hour off. You can get off the bus for an hour if you want, and went and had a nice little short lunch, and just delightful. And they came back over here to my house last night, to my apartment, to the studio, the Hobbit studio here, to watch the football game. And so they went home. I hope they got a good night's sleep. They're just charming people. It's so great for me to get to meet and hang with some of you, and I
Mm-hmm.
thought it was great. And he says, I've just got a thing. If there's somebody that is going to really influence my life, I want to try and meet them. Okay. And so that was part of the reason they came down, and just a lovely weekend. It kind of wore me out a bit, but it certainly was fun and enjoyed it. And they'll be here for another few days. I'm not sure what all they're going to do. But anyway, so that's been great. And consequently, I'm totally out of the scene on anything that happened over the weekend. I know there was another shooting one day over the weekend. I don't know too much of the details. Maybe some of you can help fill me in on it. But anyway, so that's where we are Monday morning. Good Monday morning. The show obviously is for new folks. They answer questions and whatever. But if we don't have any new folks or any questions, which we often don't, we'll discuss topical things, news events, and how they tie back to what we do and that kind of thing. And so, but I'm a little I'm empty. I'm on empty this morning, Paul, when it comes to these other events, because I've just been. I tell you that the Rams lost a pretty close football game last night, and all that stuff. But as of current events, and this guy that got shot, I think this was number two. The other one was Renee Good, whatever her name is, and now it's this guy, and I think it was. Well, the little sketchies I've heard, and I just don't know. So maybe one of you will be kind enough to fill me in. The audience may not have heard about this. So y'all have had a pretty frigid weekend, right?
Yeah, minus 24 overnight 2 nights ago, and it was like 12 last night, 12 below last night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That
it's
wasn't
pretty.
wind chill. That's actual temperature, right?
That's actual temperature. The wind chills were in the double digits.
Yikes,
Easy,
boy! I hope you.
high double digits.
I'm sure all y'all dressed real
Roger.
warm and had your heaters on. Hey, Larry, how was it in Jacksonville? I'll tell Annie and Clayton.
I don't want to know.
Oh, good morning. Yeah, it's pretty cold down here. I'm having to wear a light sweater with my shorts today. So
There you go. Cool.
Told you I didn't want to hear that.
All right, and listen, I'll tell you now.
yeah,
Annie said that you had spoken.
it's going to get
You
a
had,
little cold this week.
Annie mentioned that you two had talking, and she and had not met. Larry, try and meet these people. They're really nice. Okay, and so anyway, when you get a chance,
Yeah, I will.
what you got? What you got going
Roger,
on for me?
you said your cup is empty, and maybe a little later I can fill your cup with
Oh,
text
God.
conversation because I spent about yeah, I spent about 6 or 7 hours over the weekend. Off and on. I was working on my car and doing other tasks, and I spent about 6 or 7 hours drafting a response and a memorandum of law for Jack in Colorado.
Right.
Any student can use this for their state's Department of Revenue, and they They just have to tailor it a little bit, change a few words, but it's applicable across the board.